Konnichiwa, minasan. Welcome to aniview reviews. Lead reviewer minimum 12544 here, and what you're about to hear is a not very serious, but still quite funny and entertaining discussion about Mirai Nikki Future Diaries between me and Retro Ali 93. We have already done a review on the site, and this is kind of an excuse for me to get my opinion out and so on. However, just be told that A, there will be some swearing and so on. B, we do not take it seriously at all. That's not the point. We're just discussing and having fun. And see if there are any audio errors, such as a bit of echo at some point. I know there is some later on. I'd like to apologise. We're just having a few audio hitches at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to get that out. So yeah, if you like this recording, feel free to comment, like the video, and subscribe. And also, unlike our previous review, this comment area you're allowed complete spoilers. So if you want to talk with people, including us, about things right up to spoilers, feel free to mention anything because this place is free for you to comment on. So you're about to hear another intro by me in the actual recording. So I hope you enjoy it and have a good listen. Hello everyone, welcome to Aniview Reviews. Lead reviewer minimum 12544 here with Retro Ali 93. How you doing, Retro?
I'm better than usual.
And we are getting out our future reviewers' diaries as we review something that's already happened. That
That
doesn't work.
one is terrible.
That does work, and that's why we are doing a discussion on future diaries. This will be full of spoilers, so anyone who hasn't seen the series, beware, because we are going to be talking right up to the last episode. We'll be talking about all sorts of just crazy things that we've noticed, and just sort of it's my opportunity really to get my review out because he's already done his review, and I I don't necessarily
He
want.
feels left out. The poor baby feels left out.
Yeah, but also because people are asking for a spoiler full kind of thing, and because our thing is quite differ a little bit, it'll allow us to kind of have a nice way of working that in. So we have a spoiler full review here. Well, not really a review, more a discussion, which we talk about things and having some fun for the next half hour or so. So for starters, when Harun reviewed Future Diaries, what was it, a week ago?
It was more than a week ago, to be honest. It was like ages ago.
It wasn't that long ago. I'm
I'm
pretty.
actually gonna go find out right
Yeah,
now.
go find out when it was. But uh, but when he reviewed it, I I sort of got quite excited about it and all that sort of thing because I've been told a lot by Harron that there's a lot of intrigue and that, and I was always quite interested in some of that. So I decided to watch it. Um,
It was 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Okay, I decided
So
to
it was
watch
nearly a
it.
month, basically.
Yeah, and I I probably think it's a week because I watched it really recently. Um, but I started watching it like 1 in the morning. I had insomnia. I was at someone else's house, so I just got up. I had it downloaded, ready because Hannah told me about it. And just started watching the first episode, then the second episode, then the third, the fourth, the fifth, and I watched it in less than a day. And this is a 26 episode anime, so I mean, people think that time wise, that's not a big thing because it's what, like 12 hours ish, 11, 11
Sort of.
hours, 11, 12 hours. Um, but that's still pretty big feat because that's your whole day, pretty much. I mean, that's 8 in the morning to 8 at night. So think of it like that. Um, I mean, I finished about 6 o'clock. I had a little bit of sleep and I actually ate food, which is weird for me. Uh, but so I finished about 6. So I was like, I had about 6 hours relaxing altogether, and that was mainly sleep on the first night. But like when I started watching this, it's fair to say I was pretty damn hooked. Because I mean, this show, whether you, it it has this really weird habit of just grabbing tension out of anything. I mean, like
Yep.
it's just so tense sometimes. I mean, we're gonna go straight into the spoilers now. I mean, there are loads of bits as it goes on. Like it's when they introduce new characters that the real fun starts. Like when they introduce Ninth and sort of that fight to see who's gonna stab first. But Sixth, oh dude, Sixth was so awesome. That's the Oracle. Uh,
The Oracle.
the Sacred Eye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which
As
is
you can tell, I've forgotten the series
yeah.
now because it's been like what? For me, it's been more than a month that I've watched it.
I think I do.
It has. It's been more than a
I
month that
think
I've
that's
actually
just a
watched this
difference
series, so
between you
that's
and
why I'm.
yeah. I think that's the difference between you and me because the problem is that I remember animes really well most of the time once I've seen them. Like I usually remember quite a lot about them for like about a year or so. So maybe it's just a difference between me and Harun how I remember it. Because sort of to me, not being able to remember an anime after like 3 weeks, to me that's a worrying thing. I don't know if that's just what it's usually like with Harun.
Well, for me, I forget things after like a while. To be honest, I do that on purpose. If anything,
No, that's fair
it
enough.
doesn't affect the review score.
Yeah,
To tell you the truth,
Harun,
okay. The
yeah,
only time I will ever want to.
Harun's review's already there, and he's already said it's a good show. Just I think that's the thing. I can't necessarily. Because the problem is, I'm at an early stage where I can't say if I think it's going to be forgettable. I mean, problem is, I do kind of think about it a lot less and less, and that's kind of natural for anything. You know? But as time goes by, but it is interesting to see whether it becomes something forgetful and kind of boils down. Because when I watched it, I was like, really enjoying it. Like, it was good to see something
So,
anime that
so
was
was I.
so. I know I said you weren't. Um,
Well, sort of implied it.
I didn't imply anything. You got my high mad voice out. Um, but it was a really. I, I haven't seen a dark series like that in a while. I still have yet to see Higurashi. I don't know why I haven't seen Higurashi. It's really weird that I'm the sort of guy who will go out to watch the darkest things, be it hentai or anime. If someone says so that's dark, like I will go out and watch it. But like,
I've only seen a part of Higurushi, and I just like what?
yeah, I've been told a lot about Higurashi. I know. I think one of the problems with Higurashi,
So,
it has what I
so I tell you one of the episodes that I watched.
know.
Ah, fair enough.
Or was it the one where the woman holds that knife against the wall and just like starts hitting herself into it, or the other woman laughs?
No, no, no. I watched another episode.
Or did you just watch a random episode?
Yeah.
That never helps anything.
No, but it was so funny. Like what?
There are a few times where you're allowed to actually do that. The Blue Girl, it's one of them. Hentais, pretty much. Because hentais are funny no matter what. I mean, let's face it, they're just stupid. But anyway, back to Mirai Nikki, because we're already getting seriously off topic, if I'm honest. We're very bad at this, aren't
Normal day at the office.
we? It doesn't help that you can't remember anything. And weirdly, actually, as we're talking,
I can remember it. I've forgotten the characters' names. All you gotta do is give me a hint. I'll remember like that. Not the character's name.
okay, so, right, who was your favourite character? Just describe them, if you can't remember who they.
My favorite side character or favorite main character?
All right, okay, favourite character, not including Yuki or Yuno.
It had to be the detective.
Uh, what
I found that
the one with the
I
sun?
found that he was a really cool character.
What, the Russian roulette one?
Yeah,
Oh, dude, he was a great character. I like his son develop. I like the fact it talks about like the things that can change a guy.
that's true.
Like
Like he was like a really good. Like he didn't really care of becoming, God or
he
whatever.
was
Yeah,
doing it to
he
stop
was just
everyone
basically like he
killing
wants
each
to
other.
stop crime.
Yeah, and then like the moment that he heard something wrong with his son, like he just snapped. Like I really
I
like that
need to
guy.
do this to save my son.
Although,
And when he gets to that burnt face thing and like he wraps it around him.
oh yeah, that's and then he has like that epic standoff where it says that Yuki's gonna kill Yuno, and it's just like Yuki's just like screaming, "Fuck that!" It's just like, yeah! That was so cool, actually. I want to watch that episode again now. When you talk about
My
Muck
favorite,
Diaries, it makes me want to
my
watch.
favorite side character had to be that gay kid.
What? What? The Observer?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, the one who turned out to be like a replacement by Deus.
Yep.
I didn't like that plot twist. That plot just really confused me. It was like, Deus, do you, like, you're just like, oh, Murmur's evil because she's trying to mess with the game, but so are you. That makes no sense. Why are you calling Murmur evil in this case?
Well, because he knows that she's from a different universe and really forcing the game into one direction.
That is true. I mean, he forced the game a little bit into first direction, but not too much.
That's about it.
I mean, but I don't get. I mean, there's one bit which really confuses me, which is that he was like being dissolved and both of his arms went, but then on the next scene we're saying I do have free will. Suddenly he still has an arm and it's holding a phone. Like I was just like, attention to detail, anyone? Just saying. Like that bit really confused me. It's just like
Don't use logic when it comes to that part.
it's like I do have free will. I have the free will to create my own arm at will. And a phone. Would you like a phone? Oh, you do have free will. That bit really confused me. That's an animation error, and it's things like that that can occasionally get in the way. Because that just had me going what for 5 minutes. Um, although, all right, I think the thing is we're just kind of dodging the bullet here because there's one thing that no matter how much you talk about Future Diary, it's always going to lead back to one thing. You know. I mean, it's just. I mean, I was originally planning on making this a discussion about how Six's backstory, whether she was right to actually want to remake the entire world, whether Mother was actually. I don't get why they changed the animation style just on Mother though, because they never mentioned that. Like it's just like, oh, I don't know who this person is and all the silhouettes, but with Mother, her like head's like the size of Jupiter. I mean, I don't get why they made her. I guess to make her look endearing and stuff. But if you're gonna make her endearing, make her part of the show because she really wasn't. She got like no screen time.
Yeah.
I mean, I I don't think that. I think that actually it's things like that as well. I don't like that this is a really serious show and that they're willing to just have a stupid looking thing like that. And the comedy sketches at the end, they really took me out of it.
1 minute, you hypocritical
No,
person.
no. As in,
You said that you liked them.
no.
And you said that,
No,
it
I
doesn't matter.
liked
The only
them.
one that
I
took
liked
out
them
was.
until one of them, and one of them.
Yeah, another one of them.
But one of the
Yeah,
other
basically what
one
I
of the
said.
reasons was I was watching with my anime club, and we were watching the first couple of episodes, and like that was the thing that they commented on the most. That the comedy sketches were funny, but they didn't seem like part of the same show. And the fact that they were discussing the show, like they liked that on the first one they did, it like pointed out why certain people were looking for certain people, and that was really clever. And that it showed that there were clues in throughout the whole series. Because the first one they did was funny, but it looked at all the clues that was leading up to, and you're like, wow, that's really clever. But it never did that again. It just went into comedy sketches. And there was one, the one about the underwater phone, where like
I love it.
that was funny, but you think someone would have mentioned it because that they'd all seen Murmur, so it's just like, wait, what?
It's a big lip alligator moment. You don't mention it again.
Yeah, it is true.
Hey, did anyone remember that little girl who was stuck in the cupboard? We don't talk about that in this house. Shotgun.
Yeah, I did like the mother though. I was a bit, dude. Like, if there's one thing that this show does well, it's making you hate someone. Because you really hate his dad. I mean, like, if that guy is just.
Oh, Yuki's dad.
Yeah, Yuki's dad is just a douchebag, man.
He's an ass.
I
Be
get the
honest.
fact he didn't understand about the phones thing, but still.
Oh yeah, didn't he run out of the building before
He
his
jumped
son?
out
Like
of the building with a parachute that could have been used to save his son. He then
yeah,
kills
see
his
you
own
later.
wife.
He's like, see you later, fucker. And then he just jumps out of that
Wait, what
window.
else is? He then kills his own wife, and then brings a telescope and asks for an apology.
Didn't he accidentally kill her or something?
No, he didn't accidentally kill her. He just got mad and stabbed her. I mean, it was so unneeded. He just went and did it. Really, it. He didn't. I didn't like. Actually, that's one of the things I didn't like. The character development. Everyone else. Like, what leads someone to kill in this show is like the massive thing. I mean, I still wish we got a bit more on third, the street killer, because to be honest, I do think that, like,
He was just a superhero, wasn't he?
no, that's
He was the
fifth.
fifth, yeah. Third was the teacher.
Yeah.
Who was a serial killer at night.
No.
By day, I am a teacher. By night, I am a stalker killer.
Yeah, except what I don't like about that is that they really didn't develop him enough because everyone else was really well developed apart from possibly Mother, but she actually had a bit of.
Which I said in my review that one character is not.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I actually
about.
I'd say that.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
like I told you, he's the taster of what's to come.
Yeah, I know. I know he's the taster of what's to come, but I still don't like the fact that the entire series always is all about what leads someone to kill, but they don't talk about serial killers.
Like, maybe in the OVA they explain why he does that.
I'm really hoping for an OVA that does the first universe.
Well, there is an OVA.
Wait, there already is?
Yeah, it came out before the series came out.
Oh, it won't explain anything then.
Nah, probably not.
Wait, I'll check about the OVA.
Don't watch it now.
No, I'm not gonna watch it like now during this recording, but still.
Okay, then I'll talk. So, don't know what to discuss. I think I like to discuss Yuki, the fact that he is an asshole. That's just as much, to be honest.
Dude, that episode where he just shoots all his friends.
No. I have to say this, okay? Okay. He had reason to, okay? The fact is that his friends had no perception of what's more important, okay? The whole world is literally falling apart. Literally. However you spell it, Litery. However you spell it, it was literally falling apart. And they were stopping him from killing, was it the mother, who was like 9th or 5th or whatever number she was. I'm like, listen, okay? It doesn't matter. She has to die. Someone needs to fix the world, okay?
Oh,
Get your priorities
actually, there's
straight.
one thing though. I still don't get why he was friends with that guy after he
You
ratted
were.
him out. He
Yeah.
ratted him out. Like, because I can get why. Actually, no. There's a good point because the thing is, it makes sense. It kind of makes sense that maybe a couple of them may have not really known what was at stake. But there was, I think it was Hinata who. Her father was part of the games, but he gave her the phone instead. He was asking for a transfer. He wasn't given the transfer, but she still got the phone. Wait, did he die?
Yep, he killed himself.
Oh, he did. How did he do that? I forgot.
He broke his phone in half, I think.
No, I thought she still had his phone.
Oh, he must have committed suicide.
I don't know. I can't actually remember. They kind of brushed over that one. A couple of people they do kind of brush over how they go. Oh, dude, I love the I call them Jesse and James. Like I love when you compare them to Yuno and Yuki. That's the like.
Yeah, like their love keeps them together.
I love the fact that where it's just like oh he can kill them and he's just like no screw you Yuki. You're just a douchebag to Yuno who's just letting her do the dirty work. This isn't love. Love is just actually helping out here. Whether you want to do this or not, if you love her, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill people. So you better make sure the first one's me, otherwise I'm gonna murder you.
What is love? Baby,
do hurt me. Oh, do hurt me, yeah. Baby, do hurt. That's basically what he's saying. But I like the people who aren't really trying to win, but are trying to teach others a lesson. Like those two were trying to teach Yuki a lesson.
Yeah.
Because they did say that they want to, be together forever, but I'm pretty sure deep down they knew that wasn't going to happen.
And that guy really hated Yuki. I mean, because the fact that we all know that he is a complete asshole, really, Yuki is.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to take responsibility. The fact that he is just as bad or even worse than these killers.
Yeah.
Because he's using another human being.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, because the problem is the show constantly tries to make you feel sympathy by saying, "Oh, but Yuno's letting him use her," but like there is a point where you have to go, "No, he should really get involved in this. If he like if she's doing all that crap, so should he." Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, at the end, after he killed all his friends, you know, at least when he goes to the third universe, he just goes, "All right, screw it. It's time I do something."
You didn't do anything. Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was like right at the end where he's sitting there for
Oh
10,000
no,
years.
no! I was gonna say for 10,000 years, been emo about it.
Emo.
I mean, okay. I mean, yeah. Having your girlfriend kill herself in front of you, pretty bad. Not great. Although I
Yeah.
still don't see how you can still love her after you said that the one you fell in love with was the first, the second one, and this was the first one that killed the second one, and then you were suddenly like, "Oh, I'm so offended." And then you like went in a death match, and she pushed you off a cliff, and then suddenly wished you on the cliff again, and that somehow changed the future. It got a bit. Oh wait, Ninth came. That's why. Yeah, Ninth came. Um, as a superhero. Um,
She
although,
was
oh
Goku.
dude, I love that she still got together with that guy. That was a nice ending for her because she deserved it.
He
Like,
deserved it.
if there's one character who actually went through a full arc,
Are we not going to bring up the fact that she killed a lot of children?
okay, I blame you for that. She was holding the children hostage. Yuno was the one who actually set it off.
Oh yeah, fair enough, he did.
Oh god, I remember watching that in the anime club, and everyone was just like, "Dude, that's just dark," and they're brushing over this because
Yeah, and
it
like
was really brushed over. It's like die, 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 and no one ever mentions what you killed like how many hundreds of people because she's mixing in with classes after that. Like she's in the school, and I'm pretty damn sure people saw her in the hallway shouting that.
uh,
I mean, some of it was a bit silly, although
well, they all had 2 days left before
yeah,
retirement,
they all
so
got 2 days left before graduation. We had 2 days left. Oh, they did their exams and everything. Just, why are they still at school if they did their exam? I don't know. There was just like a parent teacher come visit day. It just happened to be that day. Seriously, future diaries writers, let us rewrite it. Let's ramp up the tragedy to like 11 here. Let's
let's get primary school kids taking a visit.
Yeah, you could have like loads of have it like a jamboree for 4-year-olds.
World War II veterans coming to teach people about why war isn't good.
And just get the main character from Berserk in his new movie just to kill more kids.
And plus adding kittens to the mix as well.
Oh no, that's the ultimate tragedy, isn't it? Killing kittens.
Yep.
That's like the ultimate. I wouldn't watch it if they did that. Just as like millions of kids dying, and be like, oh, okay, that's pretty dark. But and then all you hear is just a and like I can't watch this. I can't. All right, so I mean, God, just snapped on that episode. Like I know she
Okay.
snapped on later
Okay.
episodes.
Here's a question, okay? And I mean this, okay? Is Yuno supposed to be unnerving and scary?
I know you found her funny.
I loved it. She was hilarious.
Some of the things she did, I did find really unintentionally funny. But I mean, there were bits where I had to go, okay, the series is dark. Let's get back into that mode. Because I think the thing is, Yuno is such a different character. I mean, like, again, because I know I had actually someone in the club who found her funny and was laughing just because of pure discomfort that someone could write a character that crazy. Because I mean, well, I hate to use the term insane because as a psychologist, I can tell you now that insanity doesn't exist. But she's insane. I mean, like, I don't know whether I really found her funny. I mean, I will admit the bit where, actually no, okay, there is one bit which she was really unintentionally funny. I think that the series didn't do a very good job because when you first, like, when she's having the shower and she's thinking about Yuki's mother, and she goes, "Well, I'm glad she's nice, so I wouldn't have to use this." And it just showed like all of the weapons and syringes. Okay, I was just like, Jesus, dude, that's quite dark. All right, and I was like, okay, that's pretty freaky. And that was done quite well. In that, you're just like the surprise of that. But then when she tries to kill his father, like it just suddenly becomes Home Alone. Like it's like I just tried to poison his tree. Oh, and then all of the traps in the hotel, like pickaxes and
How did she get time to do that?
And then she like tied that. She tied Yuki. I mean, just I mean, she does that. He has that really freaky episode. I think it's called like
I literally had to take 2 minutes off, yeah, just to like catch myself. Like, what? I had to gather my thoughts
yeah,
after seeing that scene. Like, what?
deleted memory though. We got to talk about the episode. We're talking about the episode where she holds Yuki in like a cell and tries to suffocate all of his friends with gas.
Like, oh, do not make a World War II joke. Damn it, I was about to do one as well.
You're about to do a World War II. We can't do a World War II joke. It'd be so bad.
It would be bad. We just said it out loud. That's where.
At least they weren't kittens. She didn't kill kittens, so she's a good character.
Damn it, I'm gonna say something about like, no, it's not good.
That was just. I mean, I don't get after all of that why she goes and drugs him the moment they get trust. Like, was it because Aru sent her a text? No, sent him a text and she deleted it. Because he said, "Oh, you can't trust her," and then she deleted it. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're scared about someone not trusting you, don't put them in a cell.
That's the second thing you do, not the first thing.
The second thing. The second thing you do. You gain their trust, then you lock them in a cell. But like, that episode seemed very silly to me. Especially the fact that Aru was warning about her after he'd given her the opportunity to have a fake marriage with him. I mean, that was a bit out of character. Other than that, we're only finding these mistakes now that we're thinking about them. I mean, the thing is, okay, if you watch the series normally, and if you haven't watched the series and you're thinking this is a review, then you're stupid because you just got like half of it spawned, but you haven't even got to the ending yet.
We're still halfway through it.
Oh god, the ending. How many? Wait, just a quick question. When do you think the ending actually starts? Because to me, this reminds me of Dark Knight, where it kind of ends and then it just keeps going, and it's still awesome. But you're
Dark
like,
Knight, as in the Batman film.
yeah, like you know how in a Dark Knight it kind of has the whole like Harvey Dent Joker thing. I can't remember when you necessarily think. Oh no, you think it ends after the bombs, where he's like, oh no, I couldn't save her. That sucks. I'm gonna go away for a bit now, and it fades to black, and everyone's like, okay, that was great film. The credits are coming in. Wait, why is the Joker dressed as a nurse? Why is he visiting Two-Face? Why is there an hour left in the cinema? Like, because everyone thought the film had ended. It's like that bit in the Simpsons movie. Just to be continued. And everyone was just like freaking out, and it said immediately, and everyone was like freaking out again. I mean, like, we just got sued, because I was in the cinema when I saw that. And this was before people actually talked about stuff on the internet. So we all freaked. Because we had no idea this was coming.
You got trolled.
Yeah, we got trolled, man. Anyway, back to this. I mean, do you think that it felt like that?
Well, the last few episodes did feel really out of place compared to the rest of the series, but
There was a DBZ fight. That's what confused me.
yeah, Dragon Ball Z style happened. Like, what?
I was really hoping the anime wouldn't fall into that.
I think if you think about it, I think you're gonna go there eventually.
I know, but it's an anime that like it constantly goes through. I mean, when someone dies in this anime, they die pretty slowly and pretty horrifically most of the time, or they get horrifically betrayed. I mean, the point is, people die mostly because of intelligence, and like being like guessed a step ahead, rather than actually the guy fighting you is better with a gun. Or the fact, in the case of Ninth, is that the guy has hundreds of school kids with books for ammo. That was a bit silly. This is a woman with bombs who has a button that will blow up your entire school. Let's throw books at her because one guy who we just betrayed. Okay, one guy's gonna take revenge. Okay, give us a guy.
How about the fact that if they threw a book at her, it could actually accidentally press the button?
Exactly. I was just like, surely the reflex for pain as well. Isn't the instant reflex to clench? Yeah, the instant reflex is tightening muscles. It's a fight or flight response at the beginning. It starts adrenaline and blood. So technically, you're making it worse. I mean, and the thing is, it's not a case of she's hiding the button. Everyone could see the gold. She's pretty much got like a stage and the buttons on it. It's like, hello everyone, look at this button, button, button. You will die now, button.
Button.
Yeah, and also she like those two kids are pinning Yuki down. She's like, okay, I'm gonna blow Yuki up now. Why are they staying with him to pin him down? There's an explosive. That's not gonna selectively choose a guy. Just all three of you are going to the. Why did they stay? And then how come when fourth came along, suddenly they weren't anywhere? I just found another animation error. And was it a deleted scene that we don't know about where it shows them running back into the school with all the bombs? Why would you do? I just run. God, the kids in this school are fucking stupid.
Public education for you there.
Oh my god. Only now have I realised how stupid some of the things in the show. And again, great show. And this is stuff that you're not going to notice until afterwards. But like, we've only just noticed this, but this is still quite funny. We're just going to keep going until we notice any other stupid things. Alright. Other stupid things. The guy using the copier's diary, for starters, how is he not the most powerful guy? Because he basically has the Watcher's diary.
Who was the copy guy again?
He was just one of Mother's, what do you call them? Select, like, upgraded accounts. Oh, and why did that other guy get an upgraded account when he was in the gas chamber? Because she didn't even...
Convenience!
Convenient. Plot convenience. Alright, that bit actually took me out of it a bit. I was just like, okay, why is he got... Why he has no reason to be... She gives it to all of her orphans. And that guy. And how is that guy so rich? How did he not mention that before?
Well, we don't like him, so I don't care if he's rich or not.
I do love his diary.
That explains so much why he's actually
he has
an
the
asshole.
funniest diary.
Oh yeah, the winning
diary.
He got the Charlie Sheen diary.
Yeah, he got the dog. No, the Charlie Sheen diary always displays how much of the drug Charlie Sheen is taking. He's on a drug called Charlie Sheen. Okay, it's not available, but if you try it once, you will die. How do you take Charlie Sheen? Is it something you snort or?
If Charlie Sheen was in this anime, it probably would have been much better.
Dude, again, great show, but could be improved by Charlie Sheen. Make the main character Charlie Sheen. He's already quite unlikable. And again, Yuki, I think...
Wouldn't it be funny, like, he would just be sitting there in a chair, Yuki, and Yuki comes in and goes, I'm winning.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we gotta handle it.
Dude, that'd be so good. No. He just evolves from one of the skulls. No, he is the third skeleton.
Ooh.
Well, that would be a plot twist.
Charlie Sheen was murdered.
Admittedly, that plot twist they did do, and how it led open to the how it led up to that opening scene that we'd all forgotten about, that was clever. Because that opening scene, I was just like, what? Like, she's screaming at a guy to wake up. What's going on? And then just someone dies. Like, what the hell? And then it goes to the show. And, like, the way it leads up all the way round circle to that was cool. I like that.
Right.
Oh my god. Just... they really got to explain why... when they go back to Yuno's past, she seems pretty,
Sane?
Yeah, like the whole I love like the thing is because at no like when it talks about Yuno's backstory from the point of view of Yuno, she's like, oh, everyone hated me, life sucked. That one, she's like, life's fine. I've still got two parents, and one of them has a mental illness, and I had to eat tatami mats while vomiting constantly and just sitting in a pile of piss. Oh god, that scene was horrible. Just when I get that it's mostly the scene when they go to the third world and they see Yuno in the cage. I mean, I don't get how she actually survived that either. Because
Canman's it reminds me of a book I read once.
it kind of reminds me of the Kusaragi Suvia episode too.
What? Oh, goosebumps! Ah,
Good times. Um,
if you say I'm not. You think I'm joking? I've actually got goosebumps.
what from that episode?
Just saying it out loud gives me goosebumps and my hair stands on end.
Hey, Kusaragi Suvia episode 2. Anyway, back to future.
Diaries.
Yes. Um,
You know what makes this series better? Doc and Marty come in the DeLorean.
no, dude, that
You
could be
can,
how
you
he
got,
gets to the
come
third
back with
world.
me.
No, that could be how comes in at the end.
DeLorean.
Yeah, just like like his diary changes at the very end. Came to see me again, and it's like, Yuki, God of the second world, we have to go back. Where, Doc? Where? Back to the third world.
No, you missed out a part. We ain't got enough road to get up to 88.
Oh, yeah,
Roads, we're going we don't need.
yeah, but he lives
Roads.
in the desert. Actually, interesting speculation. The second opening sequence or ending sequence, the one where she's walking through all the stuff, right?
Hmm.
Do you think that was Yuki in the first world after she'd won?
What the part where she looks? See, he. Yeah.
I think one of the theme tunes, can't remember the ending or the opening, but it just shows walking in a desert and like camping out in all sorts of different places.
Yeah.
Now, it's a bit of speculation. Is it either A, that's her in the first world, but that doesn't make any sense because the moment she was trying to revive him, she suddenly changed the world again, right? Or is that the lead up to him being visited? And if so, how is there, and how is it taking her 10,000 years to walk across just a desert?
Or C, it's just a pretentious outro.
Oh god, don't even get me started on Eden of the East. Every time I talk about pretentious outros, we always go back to Eden of the East, don't we?
Those bastards.
They just took every rainforest there is. There was no trees are all fake, it turns out, because all trees now are made of plastic because we used all of them up in that opening sequence. All the paper we use now is used over from that sequence.
Those guys, I think they can get away with making a 13 episode fairly decent anime and not making it long enough to actually make it really, really good. Just because you made Ghost in the Shell doesn't give you the right to screw us over.
Yeah, it goes in the
It's like George Lucas. Just because you made the first three doesn't mean you're okay with
Eden of the
three.
East as well. But anyway, other things we've got to discuss here. Let's see. Alright, for starters, episode names, loving them. That was clever. Every episode was the name of something you get in your phone. That's clever. Let's go through them up now. What I want from you, Harun, is a and an O as to whether you like the name of the episode. I'm going to go in order, okay?
Go on.
Sign up.
Yay.
Terms of the contract.
Yeah.
Try to sound more epic as it goes along.
Go on.
Early predicament.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's not a phone thing. Handwritten input.
Meh.
That was the clairvoyance diary one. That makes sense. Oh, dude, I forgot about the superhero guy. Voice memo.
That's good.
What were they? Quinn 12. He was number 12. That's the one. Because he had those like 5 people. that was a bit of pointless humor, but it was very funny. Just
Can we get back to actually talking about the anime?
yeah. All right. Let's see. Other things we've got to talk about. The rape scenes. That's an interesting thing to talk about. Because
Okay.
the one thing I don't get is that the show's really good at censoring, but like every time they get like when they got to the first rape scene, they just like couldn't even be bothered. So instead of just actually censoring, they just like didn't draw in anything on the breasts, which just like seemed kind of stupid. Makes the person look freaky.
But in the other one, they actually just like an off-screen thing and the squelching sound
Oh, that
effect.
sound! I didn't hear it the first time because I was just kind of talking like to some people at the same time I was watching it. And then I watched it the second time, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to turn the volume. Oh, that's bad.
Goosebumps! Oh, flipping it.
Yakuza. Um, is was it the same squelching sound? Is that like a stock squelching sound?
I don't know. I feel sorry for the person who had to make that sound. To be honest.
No, it can't be that hard. So it's just like doing something with your hand. Just go. Foley artist.
Just suck on your hand or something. Anyway.
It's not working, is it? Oh, why are we trying to do this? Oh, Jesus.
Someone is getting off at this.
I
Someone must have been getting off at that scene.
One other thing I'm still not getting about, actually. This whole selective memory deletion thing. Is she faking it? I'm really confused.
I think she has a split personality. She does seem to have it.
Yeah, it just really confuses me how it really. I mean, I can get the whole eye thing because that usually is a split personality thing, but like they do the eye thing like one episode and then forget about the eye thing, so then you can't tell again whether because there was the Russian roulette episode. She does the eye thing, right? Where her eyes
Right.
change, and you're like, okay, she has a split personality, but then they never do that again. You're like, well, you just forgot your point of reference. Thanks, show.
The more we talk about it, are we actually going to give it a lower score now?
Yeah, it seems like the more we talk about it, the more we find mistakes. I mean, I still had a great time watching it, and I'm not going to forget that because again, I watched it in a day, and that's something I rarely.
I really like it as well.
Pardon?
And I really like the series as well.
It's a really cool series, but all right, actually no. All right, all right, it's time we just get to the ending. Okay, here we go. All right, we're just going to talk about the ending now. So, the stars, the whole, the the sphere, the sphere world. I didn't like that. It seems stupid.
The sphere of happiness.
Also, I don't get that you was just like 5 seconds before. I must kill him and make a new world, and it's just like actually I'm gonna let him be happy, and then when he's clearly not happy, closes the door. Great.
Well, the thing was, no,
Oh no,
she
I
decided
get
that.
that she missed him, and then it said on her thing, "I am relieved," but still. Although I did like her point about the fact that love isn't a fated thing, that it's all about how long you spend in a relationship with people and who's with who, and that she said that like you loving me, it's not a thing that would always happen. It's just because these games kind of put us in a situation where that would happen. Now that is a lesson. Like when this show actually tried to sort of talk about something in terms of like a lesson, that was really strong of it. I mean, some of the stuff they talked about in it was really kind of good topics to talk about. I mean, you know, again, there was stuff like that as to whether love is fated or not. And in the end, they went with the way of it's not. That was a nice, interesting lesson to go with. Because it's against what a lot of animes do. A lot of animes would have had in the third universe him and Yuno together. I like that they didn't do that, but I do hate that it was just Yuno going, I think I'm forgetting something, and then for some reason having a murmur like tag, despite the fact that is a different Yuno, so they have no real contact. I'm just that confused me. Was that Yuno trying to look after you? No, Murmur trying to look after Yuno, or was that? I'm confused. Oh, but the one thing I do hate is that again with Yuno, like on her ending, it has like this really heartwarming thing of, if someone's got like a mental illness, maybe you should always treat it like it's their fault. That you should have some sympathy and you know just accept that how it is, and they're your parents, things like that, and and the way that was just the I call her stupid because she doesn't make any sense to me in terms of the series, like compared to the normal but like so I just call her weird but she was like oh but I love my parents, my mum just has an illness and that's all she sees it. I think that's a nice lesson, and then they follow it up with a joke that offended me quite badly, which,
Yep.
which was the Murmur's call center joke, which is where she pretty much trolls someone with a very severe case of depression or like some sort of mental illness. Like it was Yuno's mother, okay, and she was like freaking out, and she was like scared as hell of both herself and this is a person who is truly vulnerable. Don't make a joke when you basically drive her to do something that ends up locking her daughter in a cage and nearly killing her. That's not funny. It's funny in an uncomfortable way, but that genuinely offended me. Because I was just like, don't. That's not how you treat people with, mental disorders or anything like that. You treat them with respect. You don't just. What do you think about that?
I found all the jokes to be out of place compared to the series.
Like
But
that
yeah,
one
some of them were
particularly.
fun.
Like,
That one was just stupid and it
yeah,
wasn't needed.
because some of them,
Good.
are good because they're just funny, okay? And maybe it's the riff. Although I did like they didn't do one at the end of every episode. If there was a really tense like standoff, they didn't do one.
Thank God.
I know that was a quite good direction. But although they couldn't decide when was a good time to do one and when was a good time not to do one. Like it's just like nothing has happened on this episode. Let's do one. Hooray! Okay, he is holding this woman hostage. She has been raped. She is seriously vulnerable. Anything can happen, and they're about to die. Let's have a joke. These two are holding guns to each other. Let's not have a joke. This is serious. True. Although actually, I don't think how many animes are there that actually like properly deal with the subject of rape purely like this did? I'm trying to figure out how many there are. Karen no Kyokai.
um. Well, Gunslinger Girl maybe.
I haven't seen it. Is that actually
I read the first page of the manga and that was kind of I had to close the book.
really? That actually is Gunslinger.
Yeah, like I read the.
Like, cause is it a fan servicey
No, no,
thing?
no.
Is
I
it?
didn't see anything. 'Cause basically, the first page, yeah, or something, yeah, it's basically like a girl in hospital and she's like really beaten up, yeah. And I swear to God, this was the worst thing I've ever had to read. Okay, not see, read, right? Basically, the 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 copper goes, oh, the parents were killed and they raped her in front of the flipping corpse. Two corpses, obviously. I
Wait,
had to close the book. I literally had to close the book and just take a breather.
that's quite bad. Wait, composed of two independent projects, public safety and surveillance.
So if something makes you close a book and like
Yeah.
you cry in the mirror or something like that's gotta do something.
So, wait, how many series? There's only one series, right? Anime one.
Well, I don't know. I've got the manga, the omnibus of it, which cost £5.
I wonder why people like that so much. I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything, of course. But I wonder. I may have to watch that to see what it is about it. Maybe it's the name. I'm trying to think. Future Diaries. That's a good name. It's pretty direct, but it's not something that you really advertise, you know. Because Gunslinger Girl, you know, Gunslinger Girl. That's kind of, you know,
Oh,
Future Diary. I don't know. It doesn't really hook people in. We need to change the name of Future Diaries. We gotta. All right. As our last,
two.
we end this. We're gonna change the name of Future Diaries.
Let's call it Fun Times with the Axe.
No, no. The axe is only used like a few times. Although she does take out an entire cult with an axe, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
Dude, the scene where they were about to, the scene with Six, where she told them to rate you know, and he just came running in. That was a great scene.
Nobody touched mine. No one touches my piece of ass besides me.
When he said though, because obviously the amount they do abuse one line though, which is it's that person or me. Like they constantly abuse that with you know. That was bad writing. They kept going back to that. Like you know, we get it. You've said it once. You've said it a million times. Just we get it. Although I did like the bit where he goes, "I choose you," and I was like, "Pikachu, Pikachu, use Axe Attack." Okay, let's see. Alright. So last thing. Okay, for starters, before we try and think of a different name, jokingly, I know we've been sort of, you know, pissing about and having fun, but if there's one thing you should leave this with, okay, it's that even great series have problems.
Yes, even your beloved Harry Suzumi out there is not as
Every,
good as me.
every series, there's no such thing as as a perfect series, and there's a good thing that there's such a perfect series. Because otherwise, what is there to enjoy in life? If you found a single thing that's perfect.
Muffins.
That's just a good point.
That's the perfect thing.
We should screw everything up. Screw that.
We must
You know,
compare everything to muffins.
God, you know, after thinking about that, the world's turning upside down. I now want the Vita. The world doesn't make sense anymore.
I'll get a Vita for Assassin's Creed.
Anyway, but yeah, I think that's something you should take away from the series. That you can have a problem with a series and not have it be bad. I think that's the thing that most people don't get, especially when it comes to review. When a reviewer complains about something, it doesn't always mean that the series is bad. It just means that an element of it is silly or out of place. I know it's weird that this is like a really roundabout way of saying it by having a thing that no one will listen to, but it's a good point to make. I mean, because, you know, I hate people when in reviews they go, "Is it perfect?" No. I'm just like, that's an obvious answer. Is it perfect? Perfect's of an impossibility. You know, is it great? Yes. Does it have a million problems? Yeah. Did Prometheus? Yeah. Still great fun.
I like Prometheus.
Prometheus was made of plot holes. So, I love it. It's funny.
You know what? I was actually going to get into a debate with you about Prometheus, but let's not, because it's...
Not now. Although, no, I loved Prometheus. I really enjoyed that. And again, has a lot of plot holes. So does this. You know, but this is one of the things, okay? And this is actually quite a good thing from the show's part. And I have to compliment the show on this, which is that this is a show that is constantly keeping you thinking. Every episode, you are constantly thinking, okay? And having to be really sort of making sure I see everything. Especially after that first episode reveal, where it's like, why people are coming after each other, that you could see that. You're like, okay, I must see everything. Alright? It's taken us this long to actually notice all this stuff. And admittedly, this is a conversation of two people talking every nook and cranny of this show to work this stuff out. So, I mean, earlier you said, would it give me a lower score of it? Nah. Because,
I liked it despite the fact that I've watched it, what was it, more than a month ago.
yeah. You know, I mean, again, you don't remember it as much, and maybe that's just you know, rather than an actual. Cause everyone remembers different things, different rates. I like to think that in the end it all adds up to exactly the same value though. It's like in stats, you have like 100 points, and that you put points to other things, and then it gets negated, but everyone always has 100 points. So my 100 points are just all in animes I've watched. And literally, I've never remembered anything else. What's the name of this channel? What's my username? Who are you? Um, that was unfunny. But yeah, there's one thing to take away from this show. It's that you can have problems with something, but not have it be bad. This was a phenomenal show. Okay, it was.
Also, the best of its season.
Yeah, yeah, definitely of its season. I mean,
But to be honest, though, when it started, it was in what was it, winter,
autumn.
autumn, but then it came into spring. So does it count in both seasons or one?
No one has ever figured this out. The problem is that whenever we say what season anime is, we always talk about the 12 episoders, because 12 episodes a season. 12 to 13 episodes is a season, right?
Yeah.
And that's why the ones that are 26 are hard to review, especially if you watch them at the same time. Death was like, what, 37? That just confused people. It didn't even go the full haul to 39. Anyway, yeah. Uh, I mean, because again, 26 episode series, they're weirdly standard, but I mean, they're usually in summer. That's what confuses me. These series usually start in summer and end in winter. You don't see many that brave the winter season as well as the spring season. That's very rare. So, I mean, I don't know how popular this was in Japan. I don't know what the popularity of this has been.
Even over here, I mean, popularity, it's either like, I think everyone likes it, but
It's the Phantom thing, except a few more people have heard of it.
I mean, I thought the series was great. I loved it. That's why I gave it a 9 out of 10. But a lot of people are either getting like 8s or 7s, like something along those sort of lines.
I think that's fair enough. You really have to be invested. I think the thing about it is this is how this is how you tell if you're invested in a series. If you're invested in a series enough, you will even if the plot holes are right there in your face, if you're that invested, you'll miss them
So
because you're just
I
so
was
like
really
into
invested
it.
in the series. I watched it every week.
Yeah, and I watched it in a day, and I had a great day. Okay. I mean, if you want, actually, that's a really good thing about that. If you watch it every week, you get the tenseness of it, and you get all of that, and that has a nice effect. And if you watch it in a single day, that has a nice effect. So it's one of the series where it doesn't really matter how you watch it, because you'll be hooked. I mean, maybe it's one of the things that I again, I'd find it very tricky to score this because it's one of those things where the score will fluctuate day by day. Like, I don't know. I I don't score things anymore anyway, but I've I enjoyed it. I had great fun with it. It was a really cool 10 series. It went to places where not a lot of animes go, and that's really nice to see shows doing that again because it's been a while since the same one that could go to places that dark and do it seriously and talk about it. You know, it, some of the pacing and some of the moments of ridiculousness can detract from what makes the series truly good. But what is there is there. And I mean, if you're looking for a series with great moments, like just those moments where you go, yeah, this has a lot of them. I mean, like, there are a lot of bits where you'll just be gushing, going, oh, do you remember this bit when they did that? Oh! But again, that's that. Now, I know this was a very silly recording and none of that, but who cares? I hope you guys enjoy things. So, goodbye from me and goodbye from him.
But
Uh, and yeah, goodbye to anyone who is watching this preview thing now. Bye!